Good day, Tidicians, and this is again your learning partner, teacher Anna. So today we are going to learn about community engagement. So for this topic, guys, or for this course, we are going to focus on application of ideas and methods of the social sciences to understand, investigate, and examine challenges of contemporary community life. Okay, so here in this lesson, guys, or in this course, you are going to be a role model or how to be a very good asset of the community. So kaya natin to ginastadihan, it is because we are aiming that you students, will become an asset of the community. So now in this lesson or at the end of the lesson, guys, you are expected to first explain the importance of understanding community dynamics and community action as applied to social science. So we need also to expound community dynamics and community action to students' future career options. So always remember, guys, hindi lang limited ang mga career choices natin dito sa UMS or humanities. So we also have the community developer. So if you want, you can also be a community developer. Now, let's go to understanding community dynamics. So, bakit natin to pinag-aaralan? So it is because we are aiming that you would become a community developer or maybe a very good asset in our community. So first, we need to understand the basic of community. So ano ba yung mga basic ng komunidad natin? So ano yung allocation natin, yung boundaries, yung mga geographical terms. So you need also to know the community demographics. Okay? You need also to know the economics or ekonomiya ng ating komunidad. So we need also to know the community power structure, the natural resources and sustainability, the community situational analysis, and community development process. So ano-ano ba yung mga programa na tumutulong para mag-develop ang ating komunidad? So, in aiming to understand the communities and their dynamics, you need to have first the basic understanding of the community. You need to have or to know the demographics of your community. You need to know the economic standing of your community. The power structure, so sino ba yung head, sino ba yung mga councilor, just like that. So sino ba yung mayor ng ating komunidad? Yeah, just like that. Then, ano ba yung mga meron tayo? Anong mga natural resources na meron tayo? Ano yung mga situational analysis natin? So, ilang bang percentage ang mga businessmen? Ilang percentage ang mga mahihirap? So, ganun siya. Situational analysis. So, don't worry guys because we are going to deeply tackle these topics in the following lessons. In the next lessons, ito ni siya isa-isahon o we are going to deeply understand these topics. Now, let's go to the community superorganic organism or system. So paano ba? Bakit ba makainguntang ang komunidad is a superorganic organism or it is a system? Kasi it is organized and it is also living. So meaning guys, walay komunidad kung walay tao. So, most likely, because of our differences, it becomes a superorganic organism. It becomes a system. So, because it is also made up of thoughts, of differentiated thoughts, differentiated outlook, and conduct of individual human beings, full of divisions and conflicts brought about by differences. So, tungod sa to ang differences, guys, we have conflicts, we have divisions. Kaya, nagkaro mao ni siya ang consist sa atoang community. But even though with our differences, we can also be united through a community. So, we need to come in between para magkaroon ng development ang atoang komunidad. So, even though we have different religion, we have different ethnicity, we have different gender, we also have different access to resources, we also have different class, educational level, income level, ownership of properties, language, and personality. Even though we have differences, we can still aim and develop our community. Kaya nga, ang komunidad ay isang super organic organism or system. Kasi kahit na nagkakaiba-iba tayo, meron tayong iba't ibang classes and educational level, maaari pa rin na mag-develop ang ating komunidad kasi through this uh, differences, we can come up with a great idea na magkasinabot ta tanan and then for our community to grow. Okay? So, kung makita nimo sa ubang nasod guys, even though they have differences but still kuan jud nagalambo gid sila. And now the Philippines is also progressing. So, mao na siya nga dapat mo focus sa specific nga komunidad para kung mulambo na siya nga komunidad, mulambo pod ang tibuok Pilipinas. Nana siya guys. Kung mulambo tanang komunidad sa Pilipinas, mulambo pod ang totality sa Pilipinas. Now, let's go to the importance of community actions to students' career options. So, ganang importante ni siya sa inyo ha as a student? Because you are going to be an asset of the community. You are going to be or you will have your opportunities to act for the development of community. So, students as community workers, guys, helps communities to bring about social change. That's why naaga ni SK, Sangguniang Kabataan, the major rule of them is for the youth to have voice and power in the government. So I hope na ano ni nila no na trabaho o na utilize ni nila og tarong because a lot of issues are arising nga wala jud nila na utilize of tarong. So I hope if you become one of those leaders sangguniang kabataan, I hope you can be a very good asset and act as a community changer. So change for the better. So they work with individuals, families, and whole communities to empower them. So ang community developer guys, if you want to be a community developer and even if you are still a student, you can also still empower yourself and even help individuals, families, and the whole communities to progress. So first, you need to identify your asset. Identify their assets, needs, opportunities, rights, and responsibilities. So unsay na ako, I have time. So pwede ko manglimpyo og kanal or pwede ko mutabang sa pag-segregate sa basura because I have time. Time is also an asset. We also have needs. So if you have needs, like for example, you can recycle a lot of mga recyclable na basura and then kuha na siya kanang ibaligya nimo para to promote and even to raise money or fund for your needs. And even it is also an opportunity to become a youth leader or even a student. Uh, and you will realize that nga daghan day kog pwede mabuhat sa ako ang komunidad. And you also have the rights and responsibilities as a youth in your community. Okay? So most likely guys, that would be an opportunity. You also have the rights and responsibilities. Pwede ka mo trabaho para makatabang sa imuhang pamilya. Pwede ka mahimong asset by sharing your time to have the clean up drive or to clean the purok and the mga basura nga naa sa inyuhang lugar or even in your house. So, you can also plan what they want to achieve and take appropriate action. So you guys, or we, the youth, So we can plan to achieve and take appropriate actions. So just like kung makakita ka og mga trabahoon para makatabang sa imuhang pamilya or makatabang sa imong parents, then take an opportunity to do it. And then try to write down everything that you see na makaya nimo with your own strength, with your own asset, nga makatabang ka sa imuhang komunidad. So you need to take appropriate action. And always remember, guys, that this action or this community action can also make you wealthy. So, for example, you can also have your own business. So, pwede ka mag-sideline, pwede ka mag-business. Kanang business nga makatabang sa inyong komunidad. So, there are a lot of ways you can also earn money through kanang mag-segregate og basura. And a lot more. So, we need also to develop activities and services to generate aspiration and confidence. So, you can also develop, guys, activities and services to generate aspiration and confidence. So, just like what we have done way back when I was in 17 or 18 years old, we develop an activities to feed malnourished children in Esperanza. So, naadjud na siya part dira sa Esperanza nga grabe ka secluded ang lugar, grabe ka kanang bukid na gid siya, and then grabe ka pobre ang mga tao. Especially if there is typhoons and kanang ilahang crop is mga matay. So most likely almost all of them there are suffering. So that's why we generate money ng kuan mi ng solicit fee para nami dalon didto og mapakaon sa mga bata, and even uh, give ka ng mga used clothings and mga used nga mga tsinelas or mga bago nga tsinelas nga mo ipanghatag sa ilaha. So you can empower yourself. So you can develop activities and services to generate aspiration and confidence. So in that way, makatabang ka sa mga bata nga naa dito or even in the very poor area nga makita nila nga naa dyan nagtagad sa ilaha, lagi yung mga tao nga mutabang sa ilaha. And if kanang sila pud ang mudato or sila pud ang muangat ang ilahang kinabuhi, and they can also help others. Okay? So, daghan kay siya og daghan jud kay kag pwede mabuhat actually if you are just imuha lang i-open imuhang mind kung unsa ang asset nga naa ka, unsa imuhang need, unsa ang mga oportunidad nga naa ka. Okay? So take appropriate action and try to generate aspiration and confidence. Okay, so now let's go to the community development workers task often involved. So, guys, always remember that you can also be a community development worker or a community developer. So, kani siya, makatabang ni siya or kani siya nga trabaho, swildado ka sa gobyerno, at the same time, you are planning for the progress of your own community. So, nindot ka siya, no? Swildado na ka, makatabang pa ka sa uban. So, first, ang ilahang trabaho is to identify community skills, asset, issues, and needs. So, dapat tan-awon nila kung unsa ang skills nga naa ang komunidad. So, for example, isa ka komunidad nga daghan kay og pinya. So, kaya nila maghabi og kanang clothes using the pinya. So, ina na siya, guys. That is a community skills. We also have a community assets. For example, kani nga lugar is daghan kayo og saging. So unsa ang pwede mabuhat sa saging? So it can be an asset. So we also have issues and needs. So unsa ang mga issues nga anaani kani siya nga komunidad, bahaanan jud ni siya. So unsa dapat ang imong buhaton? So you need to submit report nga ang issue ani nga lugar is kuan siya bahaanan. So you need to develop a very good kanang nga mga kanal para dili na siya, or maybe program and plan nga makuan to siya, masulbad to siya nga issue. And needs. So saan ang needs sa komunidad? Like for example, kani siya nga komunidad is a community of hardworking laborers. So why not develop your own cooperative in that certain community para magamit na siyang labor community ana nga lugar. Now let's go to ensuring that local people have their say. So mo po ni siya isa sa mga trabaho sa community developer or community development worker. So kay nanglan madungog nimo kung unsa ang mga mulo sa mga tao didto, unsa ang ilahang gikinahanglan. Next is developing new resources in dialogue with community and evaluating existing programs. So most likely guys, every year supposedly you need to develop a new resources and or a new idea nga makatabang sa komunidad ug basing ang mga existing programs nga naa didto is dili na siya applicable. Next is building links with groups or other groups and agencies, for example, government and non-government. So you can also be a link to other groups and agencies. Like for example, there is a non-profit organization that help farmers. So ang imong komunidad is full of farmers. So you can be a link between those farmers and the non-government organization na nagatabang sa mga farmers. Or maybe a government agencies nga nagatabang sa mga certain community. So you can be a link to them. Then next is helping to raise public awareness on issue relevant to the community. So you can also help to raise public awareness para makabalo ang public on issue relevant to the community. So maybe a lot of people tungod kay busy kay sila sa ilang panarbaho, busy kay sila sa ilang mga sariling mga problema and work. So most likely dili na sila kabalo sa issue sa ilahang komunidad. Supposedly makatabang sila sa issue sa komunidad pero wala kasi wala sila nasayod ato. So that's why it is also a job or a task for a community developer to raise public awareness. So guys, inani atong problema diri sa tong komunidad. Nabatay matabang, sinana siya. So you need to have or to raise public awareness. Next is to prepare reports and policies. So you need also to prepare reports and policies after you have observed, after you have seen the issues and the needs of that certain community, you need to develop reports or prepare reports. And you need also to develop or even prepare policies nga makatabang ato nga mga problema. Next is raising and managing funds. So you need also to raise and manage funds. So most likely kani mga community developer are kana mga DSWD worker nga nagatan-aw sila kung unsa ang dapat nga punduhan. Like for example, a group of fishermen dili na nawalan og mga bangka. So most likely the government will raise and manage funds to produce mga bangka para sa ilaha. Just like that. Then developing and implement strategies. So you need also to develop and implement strategies. So that's why naay ka na clean up drive tungod na sa kanang na-develop nga mga strategy sa mga community development workers. Next is liaising with interested groups and individuals to set up new services. So most likely guys, this one is you are going to be a liaison officer. So muadto ka sa mga interested groups and individuals nga makatabang sa community and even to set up new services. Like for example, kani siya nga komunidad is a group of laborers. So ang ilahan yung ginagamit para makakwarta sila or para magka-income is ang ilahang kusog. So you can set them up, like for example, an agency or maybe a corporation that can help them or that can provide jobs for these laborers. Just like that. And then, you need also to mediate in matters of conflict. So, imuhang immediate ang conflict nga nagapanghitabo sa komunidad. You need also to recruit or recruiting and training paid and voluntary staff. So that's why there are mga voluntary staff. Like for example, kanang mga nagakuha og gatas para sa mga bata, kanang mga barangay health workers. So they are voluntary staff. So you need to recruit them. You need also to train them and even pay them. So next is planning, attending, and coordinating meetings and events. You need also to plan, you need to attend, you need to coordinate with a lot of meetings and events na makatabang sa komunidad. You need also to have an overseeing the management of a limited budget. So imuhang i-oversee na siya, imuha siyang i-manage ang matag meetings, matag events, matag kanang opportunity and program nga ibutang ana nga komunidad with a limited budget. Kung inani lang ang limit, so pila dapat. And then encourage participation in activities. So you need also to encourage differentiated participation in activities. You need also to have challenging inappropriate behavior. Okay? So, you need also to ano po challenge katong mga tao or kanang community actor like kanang naa sa society, mga tao nga naa dira sa komunidad. So kinahanglan nimo sila i-challenge nga dili magin-ana or i-challenge nimo to have a good behavior. Okay? So, being a community development worker or a community developer is not an easy task, but it is surely a rewarding, especially if the community is, ano siya, nag-grow gid siya. So, from scratch, so nag-grow gid siya ang komunidad. So, mao na siya ang trabaho sa ato ang community development worker. So, gina-utilize nila ang asset sa isa ka komunidad para mulambo ang isa ka community. So this is a very important job for the community to grow and even for the totality of the Philippines or of a country to grow and even solve issues and problems that the community is facing. So that would be all, guys. I hope that you are looking forward to become a community developer or to be a community development worker. I urge you to help the community even in your small ways. So thank you so much for listening to the Shins. Always remember to be a better person and always remember to make your parents proud. Thank you so much, traditions. Always do your best. See you. Bye.